Hello everyone, welcome back to the Reese's Writing YouTube channel. Today it's daytime. Update for mid-March, not mid-February. What I've been reading, what I've been watching, pretty quick on really. I've only watched two things and I've only read two things. So yeah, I don't have that one. Oh, there it is. How perfectly timed. So what have I read? I read Remarkably Bright Creature. Well, I tried to read it and gave up about 100 odd pages in. I thought that there was nothing, it wasn't going anywhere interesting. I wasn't interested in the characters. I wasn't interested in their backstory or history. It felt like everything sort of happened beforehand, and this is a sort of slow burn to depression. For most of the characters, I mean, it's quite dry. It's sort of heartfelt, like all that stuff, but it just wasn't really going anywhere interesting for me. I kind of liked the Octopus, but they were very brief, sort of philosophical looks on stuff in the aquarium. It wasn't too deep, like it was sort of simplistic things that the octopus has seen and is like, commenting on it in a sort of philosophical, stoic way. I think that's probably why he's called Marcellus, after, that guy. What's his name? The Stoic. Marcus Aurelius. Anyway, I gave up on that, but I in a different time I may have carried it on, but I just wanted to get on to my next one, which is the Ships of Merior by Janny Warts. And I'm about halfway through, and I'm gonna leave it for now, carry on at the beginning of April, maybe beginning of April, maybe like halfway through April, something like that. And I'm enjoying it. I think it's back to where it sort of kicked off, where it sort of where Jenny Waltz sort of like left it. Not exactly, there's like a space in between, but it's very similar. Like the style, the war and everything are all quite big. It feels like a proper sort of well thought out, really detailed world and strategy and all that sort of stuff. It's sort of picking up pace just as I've stopped it. So I'm kind of looking to maybe get back into it, but I think I need to stop it and get on to some other books. But yeah, it's enjoyable. Even the the slower parts are really well done, and the characters are better, I feel, in this one. Like she's sort of focused more on Dakar, which was my favorite character in the first book. That's like the main part following him. There's some like descriptions of hangover and like too much alcohol that really cut to the core. Like I can feel the just the feeling Dakar's going through in those moments is properly well described, almost too well described in terms of alcohol and all that problem. But really well written and done. I think there's times where I do suffer from glazing over at times and not entirely grasping what's happening. So I really need to focus more and go over things, but I think I've got into it more and more as I've sort of read it and got the hang of it, and pretty much back in the game. And I'm going to leave it for now and then carry on it after I've finished the next 3 books. So the next book that I'm going on to is The Dream of Wessex by Christopher Priest. I said, this is all my TBR, and I'm really looking forward to it. It's quite a nice small book. I loved Christopher Priest's writing in The Glamour. Also, the Outlaw Bookseller did a really good video on the glamour, much better than my review. Um, but you can check out my video. You can check out Outlaw Bookseller's video. They're like, he does amazing stuff, and you just go check him out if you haven't already. The glamour was amazing, and I'm really looking forward to Christopher Priest's Dream of Wessex. And you can see my other two books in the TBR video that I put up. And then I've only watched two films this month as well. I watched Mickey 17 by Bong Joon-ho. I did a whole video on Bong Joon-ho's filmography and ranked them in my opinion, what is my favourite, and Mickey 17 is at the bottom. I came out feeling, I don't know, I felt when I watched the trailer, I could sense that this wasn't going to be my kind of film. It felt very messy, and a lot of people saying it's very messy. I think it has a political view, like the main sort of villain, the guy that is Mark Ruffalo plays is, Trump, and I can see it sort of coming through, but I think a lot of the problems get in the way of what it's trying to say, and it may be down to the film studio sort of not trying to make it a political film and that sort of struggle. I don't know. I feel like it's very bogged down and sort of a mess, and that really detracted from what it was trying to say for me, and that was the main problem with it. If you want to go see my whole sort of review, my stars of all his films, there's a lot more greater films out there from Bong Joon-ho, and my favourite film ever is made by him, so go check that out. And then I watched The Master by Paul Thomas Anderson, this guy who did Phantom Thread, Licorice Pizza, There Will Be Blood, which I think is an amazing film, probably my favourite film of... Oh, no, I think The Master might have topped it, but There Will Be Blood was an amazing film, and I would really like to watch that again. It's, Daniel Day-Lewis did a great job, and The Master is great as well. Like the whole... So this is about a man who's just got out of the army and is struggling to come back into civilization. He has a lot of mental health issues. He's like sex obsessed and he's alcoholic, and he gets into some problems and then ends up on a boat where this man he's almost, he's like Scientology. He is, I think, L. Ron Hubbard, but not, named L. Ron Hubbard, not specifically Scientology, but the tests and the things they talk about and like their like law or books are very Scientology-esque. And I really love that whole like cultish idea. Sounds a bit weird, but I think it's a really amazing film with a lot of journey and self-discovery in this man who's, a completely over the top and like crazy. He's got violence issues and things, and it's about sort of Scientology trying to help him. Philip Seymour Hoffman does an amazing job. He's great in pretty much all his films he does, and they all do some good acting. I think Joaquin, who's the main character, he does the best. I don't know. I think that between that and Come On, I think you should go see Come On as well, because it's a great film as well. Very heartfelt, and not a lot of people sort of watch that. I think he does a great job. Does one of his better ones. It's still a bit weird here and there. Yeah, this is a great film, a great sort of journey, and the characters are really well fleshed out and understood, and they all have this sort of journey. I think it's Amy Adams who's Philip Seymour Hoffman's wife in this film, does a really good job of sort of being behind the scenes, almost playing strings and playing politics behind the curtains is really well done in a sort of subtle but also quite obviously controlling way. It's a good balance between that and it's just a really good film of cult and that getting sucked in, and the nature of cults and things like that is really well explored, and it's a great film and you should go watch it. And that is all I have really. I didn't watch or read. I've been watching Severance, which is great. You should go watch. It's if you're into weird sort of science fiction with a lot of like inner space stuff, then go watch it. If you just like science fiction in general, if you like TV shows in general, it's great. It's weird, it's funny, and it's ups and downs. There are episodes that aren't as good as others, but still, it's a really good, well fleshed out idea, and it's unique. And go check it out. And that is the video. Let me know what you thought. What did you read and watch in the beginning of March? Yeah, like, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.